Hello, this is Janet Michael. In addition to hosting The Valley Today each weekday at noon on the River 95.3, I also produce podcasts, and I'm excited to introduce you to a new podcast series in partnership with Lord Fairfax Community College. Having provided higher education and career training for the past half-century, LFCC is tightly interwoven into the fabric of the Northern Shenandoah Valley and Piedmont regions. Join me every week for conversations with current and former students to hear their funny and inspiring stories as we learn about their journey to higher education, the role that LFCC has played, where they are now, and where they plan to go. We'll also talk to current and former professors about their experiences and best memories of LFCC over the past 50 years. Get every single episode as they're released on our website at theriver953.com under the podcast tab, or you can subscribe for free in Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for LFCC Stories. Hello and welcome to The Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Friday as you are listening to the show today. We are pre-recorded, of course, on the Zoom screen. And I have to say, Crystel's on the Zoom screen with me. We're not quite to Friday yet. We're still stuck in the middle of hump day. But I hope you're having a good Friday as you're listening to this. I am on the Zoom screen today with Crystel Smith. She is with Crystal Clear Business Solutions. She is a high-performance business coach and best-selling author, and she has been on the show a couple of times before, so you're going to recognize her voice. But Crystel, thanks for taking some time out of your Wednesday to meet up and tell me about Pitch Night. I'm excited to hear the details.
Oh, I'm excited to share it with you, Janet. Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be on the show again. It's always a great time to get together with you and chat with you and reach out to your listeners and share all the fun stuff that we have going on in our community.
So, high performance business coach, exactly what does that mean?
I get asked that all the time. And my simplest answer is, so I help people make the most amount of money in the least amount of time doing the things that we love. So I work with business owners to help them scale, to grow, to become more profitable, and to create other means of passive income, because that's one of my favorite things to do. You know, I love when people can make money while we're sitting here talking. It's the best way for me, right? I want to be able to lay on the beach and make money, or have a conversation with Janet Michaels and still continue to make money. So yeah, that's really what I do. I just help people grow and scale businesses and create passive income and have a lot more fun in their life.
And I know from conversations that we've had previously, a lot of small business, well, all size business owners sometimes get caught up in the day-to-day of what they're doing and running their business. I think one of your sayings used to be that you help people to work on their business instead of in their business.
Yeah, it's so true. We tend to start the business as the business, right? We are the person, we're the plumber, we're the electrician, rather than being the business owner. And if you stay caught up in that world, working in the business, you're never going to grow your business, right? You're not going to work on market share and demographics and profitability if you're stuck working on the pipes, right? Working on those things in your business and really staying at that employee level. And I think that's why so many people, start businesses, because they, one, feel like they can do it better, right? Which a lot of times they can. They want the freedom of time and the freedom of financial resources. But what ends up happening is that stay so in the weeds and stay in that employee mindset that they don't have the ability to grow. So they end up working more hours for less money for a boss who's not very nice to them sometimes, right? So yeah, it's just a really fun and rewarding career that I have, and I'm so blessed to do it. When you change business, I always say I like to improve lives, right? I really just do that under the umbrella of business.
So tell me about Pitch Night. How did you come up with this idea, and what is it exactly?
I wish I could say I came up with the idea. Actually, some people that developed Shark Tank kind of came up with the idea, if you've ever heard of that, right? So years ago, I was like, we need to do this in our community. And it just hadn't become a priority. And several months ago, I met Joe Harmon, who manages InnoVault. Are you familiar with InnoVault in downtown
I am.
Winchester?
I think I went to a Winchester Chamber mixer there in the days before everything shut down. So I squeezed in a chamber mixer right before everything stopped.
Right before we shut down, right? And that's pretty much when they opened. So good timing for them. So I met Joe and I love their concept, right? It is a co-work space and they have great amenities, right? What I loved even more about them is that they are focused on launching ideas. I think they've helped people launch 4 businesses just since they opened. So you become a member there, but what you really get, I mean, you get space and internet and all that fun, that business stuff and all of those amenities. What I love about it is they collaborate together and say, hey, I have this business idea, right? How do I get funding? How do I manufacture? How do I do this? And they help people start businesses. So I love the concept. I met Alex Skinner, who is one of the owners of InnoVault, and he was sharing how he had done pitch nights in other countries. I think he's done 6 so far. He actually has a pitch deck that he's created so people can perfect their pitch, right? And I said, oh my gosh, wanted to do that. This is the perfect place, perfect platform. You've done it before, right? So I said, what? Let's do it. And so that's how Pitch Night came to be.
And applications are still open right now. So who should be applying to participate in Pitch Night? Should they already have a business? Should they be thinking of starting a business? Who should be in that application process right now?
That is a great question. So we want a couple different types of people. One, we love crazy idea people. You have that crazy idea. Think about, are you familiar with the new company? Oh, I don't know how new they are, but X's and O's.
Oh, the axe throwing place.
Who would have thought that people would pay to throw an axe at a block of wood? And they are. So, and a lot of fun and competitive, and you have to go often because you have to train and you have to get better at it, right? So we love those crazy, I think that's a crazy business idea and I love it, right? So people that have those ideas that other people are like, I don't know, that seems like people are going to pay you to throw an axe at a block of wood. Yeah, we want those crazy. So listen, if you're listening and you have that crazy idea, we want to talk to you. The other thing is, I know there are a lot of businesses that may want to scale their business or grow their business or add another product or service line. And either they're just not sure how to do it, or maybe they don't have the funding to do it. We want those people too. You don't need to have a business, right? You can be a guy with an axe and a tree stump. We want to hear from you because there's so many. I mean, if we think about the businesses that are out there, there are so many things that have changed our life. And if you have one of those ideas, don't be the person that says, oh, I had that idea and I never did anything with it.
Or the person that's always talking about the idea, but then never does anything to make it come to life.
Right. So I wish I could take credit for this too. I can't, but I'll share it with you. I heard somebody say one time, there is no such thing as $1 million idea. There are only $1 million actions, right? We tend to have all these great ideas, but without action, they don't come to life. They don't change lives. They don't make us income, right? So don't be that person. Apply for Pitch Night. We only have 5 openings. So we will choose 5 people to pitch. And if we get, a lot more responses like that, we might do another pitch night. But for now, this is the only pitch night that we're doing. So 5 pitchers. And the process is so great. To apply to pitch, it's really just your name, your contact information, and what you're looking for, an investor or business advice, right? Or just some suggestions on how to maybe improve the process. You submit that, and then Alex, Joe, and I are looking through the application. We're going to select, we'll email you, call you, and interview you, and then select 5 people to pitch on Pitch Night. And from that point, you are going to get trained by Alex Skinner, who's done this 6 times all across the world, on how to perfect your pitch. He has a template. He's going to walk you through it. You're going to get your pitch together. We'll have a family and friends night, so you get a practice run with those who know you and love you best, right? And then we'll finally launch on Pitch Night.
And I think that's a great concept. People would be surprised at how difficult putting together a pitch actually is. I think from the outside looking in, people are like, oh, well, that's a piece of cake. You just, pitch your business. But it's a lot more complicated than that.
It's a lot more complicated than that. Well, and on the other side, we tend to overcomplicate it, right? We get in fear and think, oh my gosh, we have to give them market demographics and all of this information. That's not what pitch night's about, right? It's going to be about here's your idea. What problem does it solve? How are you going to produce it, or how are you going to market it? It's basic questions. But those are the things we miss, right? We just think we'll open the business and we'll have this thing and people will come by it. It's like Field of Dreams. You build it and they'll come. It's easy.
Yeah, if only it worked that way.
Right.
Now, does it
Trust me.
cost anything for businesses to apply?
Yes and no. So there's $100 application fee because we want them to be committed, right? We want them to be committed to meeting with Alex, to creating their pitch, to pitching that night, and to really following through. And once they pitch that night, we'll give them their $100 back.
So it's a win-win
It's
all
really
the way
just a
around.
deposit on their future.
Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, can you walk me through how you expect that pitch night to work? Who are they going to be pitching to, and what does the winner get, aside from all of this great education that they're going to get from the process from the time they're chosen until they make their pitch? Can we cover all of that in the next segment?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Crystel Smith. She is with Crystal Clear Business Strategies. She is a high-performance business coach. I like saying that, too. It sounds so cool.
Fancy, right?
I want to be one when I grow up. She is also a best-selling author, and we are talking about Pitch Night. It is happening on Thursday, January 21st, and we're going to get more details about that when we come back in just a couple of minutes.
Got a financial decision to make or a goal to reach, but you don't know where to start? You've come to the right place. Introducing Quick Money Chats with the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program. Visit tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat to schedule a virtual chat with a staff member or trained volunteer. We won't tell you what to do, but we will give you the tools you need to choose wisely. And because Virginia Cooperative Extension is part of Virginia Tech and Virginia State, your land-grant universities, you can be sure that our information is credible and trustworthy. And you'll know that we aren't trying to sell you something. Maybe you want to improve your credit score, or reduce your banking overdraft fees, or even figure out if you can afford to buy that car. Sorting through tons of information on the internet can be overwhelming, and sometimes it can be hard to know who to trust. Schedule a Quick Money Chat and get the information you need to take action. Go to tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat and get financial education personalized for you.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Friday as you are listening to the show today. We, of course, though, have pre-recorded our conversation on the Zoom screen. We are chatting today with Crystel Smith. She is with Crystal Clear Business Strategies. She is a high-performance business coach, best-selling author, fun chick to just hang out with. I'll throw in at the last minute.
I like that title best.
We have been talking about Pitch Night, which Crystal has been working on. I would imagine, Crystal, this is something that you've had in the process for quite a few weeks, if not a few months, trying to figure out how it would work before you actually announced that you were going to do this, haven't you?
Oh, sure. It's been in my brain for years. So once we came together, it was easy to say, this is how it's going to work. He's done it before. I had a great picture and we had the space. So yeah, but it's been a couple months of talking and making sure that, we have the right platform, that people feel comfortable in pitching, comfortable in attending, and that we give them, a good outline for their pitch, and we really set them up for success for the night.
So if somebody is listening and they have a really cool or crazy business idea, or they already have a business and they submit their application, they have a few more weeks to do that. I think you said till just before Christmas they can submit their application. Then you guys will review and choose 5 out of the hundreds and hundreds that I'm sure you're going to get. What's the process after that?
So once they've been selected, they'll get a notification. Then they will have their pitch night with Alex Skinner. He will give them that perfect your pitch deck, right? He'll walk them through on how to complete and really perfect their pitch to be able to pitch that night. They'll have some time in between then and their first friends and family night to practice. And then on January 21st, it's a Thursday evening from 5:30 to 7:30, we will actually host pitch night. So we will have an audience and we will have a panel. And the panel of experts, a lot of times when you have these panels, they say, oh, this is a great idea, or nah, this sounds like it's already been done before, right? And we wanted to give them more value than just this is a great idea or no, it's not, right? We wanted to give them the opportunity for a couple things. One, remove the fear, because that's why we don't start businesses a lot of times, right? Fear of failure. What are people going to think, right? So we want to give them a safe place to do it. Two, we wanted to give them some financial opportunity because, again, why we don't start or grow businesses is because we don't have financial resources, right? So the other barrier that we wanted to remove is that lack of knowledge, right? Again, another reason why we don't start business. Either we're afraid we're going to fail. What are people going to think? We don't have the financial resources to do what it takes to do it and do it well. And three, we just don't know how, right? We may be a great electrician or we might have a great product, but we don't know how to business, right? So to remove all of those barriers, and again, to set people up for success, what we've done is created this panel of, we have intellectual property attorneys. So if you want to talk about trademark, copyright, patenting, right? We have a business law attorney if you want to mitigate some of the risks before you even begin your business, right? We have a panel that includes investors. Now, these aren't like local people that want to give you $100. These are people that want to invest in business to grow their money, right? It's a huge opportunity. And then we have people who've done it, right? Who are the best experts? People have done it. So we have people that have started businesses at the kitchen table with nothing and grown to multi-million-dollar companies. So the panel, investors, business experts, financial gurus, attorneys, it's going to be a great panel and a great opportunity. So they will pitch to them, right? Private, closed doors. They will pitch to them. They'll have 10 minutes to pitch their idea. And then they will get advice from the attorneys, the investors, and possibly an opportunity for an investor or to work with one of the attorneys.
Very much like you mentioned at the top of the show, Shark Tank, because these people come out and they have this idea. Sometimes they have a prototype of a product or something along those lines. And then, Mark Cuban starts asking the questions, or they start digging in the weeds and realizing maybe there's a hole in their business plan somehow, but one of those people on that panel can help them fill in that hole. It's going to be very similar to that process.
Yes, it may be a little nicer. Is my hope, right? It's not going to be the firing squad, right? It's going to be genuine, honest, authentic. How can we help you? And maybe there will be an opportunity for an investor to work with you. It's pretty exciting.
And then you mentioned there's an audience component. So if I come, can I come? How does that look, and what role would I play?
Because of COVID right now, we're limited to the number of people in space and the 6 foot and distancing. So I think we can have 30 people in the space. So we've limited tickets, and you can come to participate. It's going to be a great fun night. We're going to have music. Winchester Star, Northern Virginia Daily are going to be there to cover it. And there's going to be a lot of great networking opportunity. Yes, you'll get to meet all these amazing people who have, look, I have to say this again. If you have a crazy idea, please come pitch. I love those. You'll just be able to meet some really cool people. And so, yeah, those tickets are complimentary. It's our first event, and we want people to be there to support these people and to have just a great time. Let's have something really good kick off 2021, right after 2020. Let's start 2021 with something just fun, right? So yeah, and you can reserve your seat. So I'll give you the website to go to reserve your seat. And it's spelled a little funny. So it's Crystel, Crystel, remember the clearbusiness.com. So CRYSTLCLEARBUSINESS.com. It's /pitch night. If you go there, you can do a couple things. One, you can apply to pitch. Two, you can reserve your seat to network and have fun and meet these really cool people that night. And three, there is still a sponsor opportunity. We actually have a tech team who is one of the sponsors of the event. Thank you, Todd. So you can also apply to be a sponsor at the event.
I remember seeing on the website, and I'll put that link in the show notes page. So if anybody's driving or listening and doesn't think they're going to remember it later, it'll all be up on the podcast page. But the winner is walking away with some money in their pocket as well, whether they find an investor on a larger scale or not.
Yes, ma'am. So the winner gets a couple things. Number one, they get a month of coaching with me. Woohoo!
A high performance business coach.
And fun chick to hang out with.
Yes.
You're going to get a lot of good stuff that night. And again, no $1 million ideas, only $1 million actions. So those people are going to get a complimentary month of coaching. So 4 weeks of an hour every single week to implement and put some action behind all the great strategies and great business advice that they got that night. So they'll get a month of complimentary coaching. They will get a year of flex space at InnoVault. And if you haven't been to InnoVault, I highly recommend you go to InnoVault. It's beautiful. They have Wi-Fi. It's downtown Winchester. The connections that you will make there are pretty darn remarkable, right? And the collaboration that happens there is amazing. So a year of flex space at InnoVault, that membership. And yes, money, $1,000.
InnoVault is located in the old F&M Bank building on the Old
Yes.
Town Walking Mall, and it is a beautiful space. That is a beautiful historic building that is just so cool to be able to say you have an office space there.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so if nothing else, go down and see InnoVault and check it out.
So you're really hoping that crazy off-the-wall ideas are in the applications that you're going to be going through over the next couple of weeks. What night is the pitch night?
January 21st, 21. So 1/21/21.
Did you do that on purpose?
I did indeed.
And people can get more information at crystalclearbusiness.com. And remember, Crystel is with an E. I will put the link up on the show notes page as well. Crystel, thank you for coming to hang out with me on the Zoom screen today. As always, it's been a fun conversation.
Thanks for having me, Janet. Yeah, you're a pretty fun chick to hang out with too.
I will meet you back here on Monday. I will have a brand new episode of The Valley Today ready to go for you just a few minutes after noon. Meet me back here then.